Alright, testing.
Testes?
Testes, sounds good. Sounds like we're connected. We are here. Season 1, Episode 1. Live in car. I'm with Shannon Justice. We're going to talk about our tuning experience, our off-road lifestyle, and anything and everything in between. So, join us on this rip, and let's go. We got 3 cars with us today.
No, we're going on a ride. John's going on a rip.
John's going on a rip. We're going on a ride.
We're going riding. He's ripping.
We have 3 cars with us today. So, you guys ready, boys? Alright, let's go.
Assemble.
So what are we at, Nick? We're at day 6 or 7. What are we calling it? 7 or 8?
Say that again?
How many days have we been out here? Today's day 7?
I think it's day 8.
Well, I would say day 8. You guys came out last Friday, so today is Friday, so I want to call that 8 days also.
If my math is correct.
Yeah. So 8 beautiful days in Glamis. The weather's been warm, sunny, like 70 during the day.
The weather's been great this entire week. It hasn't been as cold as we would like.
No, not at all.
But, you know, I wouldn't say it's weather worth complaining about.
It's New Year's, and we've been in t-shirts and shorts all weekend.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
We've had some epic battles amongst the crew all week. A little bit of carnage, and we'll get into that here shortly. But what's your take on this season? On not this season, but this weekend's adventure?
Well, I mean, obviously for me, New Year's is my birthday weekend, so it's always a good time. Come party, hang out with the boys. Lots of good riding. I've always come out for, at least like 5 days for my birthday and New Year's weekend, because my birthday's on the 29th, so take advantage of all the good overall environment.
Oh yeah, it was, we had a good New Year's celebration.
T-shirt exchange, lots of games.
We've actually had a lot more camp like social life, I guess.
Yeah, as they say, I guess we're getting old.
But so as far as our riding goes, how would you describe our style of driving amongst maybe other styles? In comparison to other groups that you ride with, what would you say?
I mean, obviously, I think our group, we ride fast. We ride 2, 3 wide on a lot of bulls. Like, we ride fast, but we're very comfortable within our group. Like, we all, as we've been driving together for, 3, 4 years now?
2020 is kind of when we...
So yeah, it's been 4 years, so we've kind of, as our group has progressed. You're probably not going to catch that on the camera, but we just jumped a little bit. But, we definitely ride like fast as a group. We're very, in there, very competitive, which just makes it fun. So, Ashley right now is punching John ugly in the face because we jumped.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh no, for sure she punched him.
For sure Sean's getting punched right now. I would have to say that our group of drivers is an exceptional group that we've kind of come as a collective effort. Some were not as skilled as others, and no, I would say they know their spot in line, where they're comfortable with. Others, some of us pushed the envelope a little farther than others.
But as it should be in a group, like, it's always it's a friendly competition. not like the anger, like I'm not gonna make you wreck, but it's the fun competition between ourselves.
Yeah, we get a lot of negative feedback online about how unsafe we are. I'd like to kind of clear that air. I don't believe we are unsafe to any other group out in the dunes. And we're not unsafe to anybody who's not a willing driver.
Correct.
If you don't want to drive super crazy aggressive, you don't have to.
Right.
Hop in the back and take it easy for the day. If you feel like battling, you feel like racing, and hopefully not, but you're okay with rubbing tires, maybe. Hop up front. Join the front of the pack. We do have rules amongst how we drive. The passing on the inside, and we're not intentionally pushing somebody off a ledge. We call out all appropriate cautions. So
yeah, I mean, like I said, it's definitely a friendly competition, but we're also very comfortable, as John's trying to come on the inside of going again, but it's always that friendly competition between ourselves. You can almost give your friend a high five through some of the turns. I was just talking about it, this weekend with Travis, because Travis went high in a turn. I saw the underneath of his car, but it was like also, I know where that comfort level is, and I know where I'm at. But we're a good set of confident, within our limits.
Yeah, I don't ever feel like
Bike on your right.
Oh, we got traffic. I don't ever feel like don't get me wrong, I don't say I don't ever feel like we've pushed our envelope and our luck a little bit. We definitely have. But I feel like we're very organized in our driving style.
I agree. I think, as an overall, most of our group rides the same, so we all kind of have that common drive. We like to, drive fast.
John, I feel like our battles this week were just epic, man, but now, the dunes are just so beat up.
Where Mother G needs a good week of wind. Like, I hate to say it, but I'm hoping we leave this weekend for MLK and it gets a good reset. We have no wind at all this season.
So let's get into your car and what you're driving.
I drive.
Or why are you in my passenger seat? I guess.
As part of Dune to Destroy, like I said, it was my weekend to destroy my car. I drive probably one of the oldest cars in our group, so a 2019 Pro XP4. That was fairly well built, but apparently after 4 years of giving her all she's got, she couldn't take any more, so broke her radius, bent her, I would say didn't break it, but bent one of the radius rods, trailing arm, shock, so I get to co-drive, and
we had a little mishap yesterday on our run. It actually wasn't even a mishap. It was just,
I tried to gas over something I probably should have slowed down for, but they say when in doubt, gas it out, but I should have actually hit the brakes. So.
I hit that shit hard too and behind, but I think I escaped through it in a sense. I think I saw your impact.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope, I don't want none of that.
Yeah.
So I checked up on it. But yeah, what did we do? We lost, we've been upper radius, right?
Yeah, the whole.
Which then also broke a shock shaft.
Shock shaft, trailing arms broke. Other than that, it's actually not bad. I guess it's one of those good things when you build a car good with, good quality stuff. It could have been a lot worse. It could have ripped the rear end of the car all the way off. But I was able to drive all the way back out of the dunes on my own, so made it a lot easier for the day. It was 5 miles an hour, but
I've got a little cinder right there in front of us.
GS see out at the bottom though.
Yeah, very bad bottom though.
I'll say right here, we can come up right there.
So we're on our way to, the lookout, what we have designated as the lookout. It's kind of where we go for sunset, the time of sunset. It's a spot that we have found. It's actually a pretty serene spot, I guess, a real spot. It's great views of a lot of the dunes. You can see the traditional Sunset Hill way off into the distance. We can see Oldsmobile. On a very clear day, you can see, I don't know, is that Yuma maybe?
Yeah.
It's a high point. We can see all the washes, so there's, lots of good views. Sunset goes down, fireworks start. It's actually
It's a great backdrop. Like just the whole backdrop, looking at the dunes as the sunset looks. You don't get that at the typical ledge over here because you're looking at all the farm area. So
yeah, I agree. I think we're at a traditional spot. You're looking at desert, like
right.
We're at the very edge of the dunes. But our spot kind of gives you a lay of the land, and I don't know, it's cool.
You get the lights from everybody over at the traditional sunset. You get all the guys coming back after sunset. It's a great spot. Maybe we'll get some video tonight.
So what's our next venture as a group, or what do we got planned?
So 2 weeks is MLK, so the Clean Dune Project's going to be out here. We're all going to be out here picking up trash, organize a great dune project to pick up trash, get everybody involved, hopefully get people out here to help keep the dunes open.
Yeah, that's an important mission that we have to continue to push. There's a lot of good people out here that do a lot of good things, and then there's a handful of individuals and groups that overlook some of that stuff. So we just got to continue to push the good word of keeping our dunes clean. None of us want to camp on trash. We don't want to ride on trash.
We don't want to lose any more land than we've already lost.
We don't want to lose any more land. So we got a good collective group of companies, individuals, all volunteer based, to come out and at least on a single designated day, spend the day picking up some trash, and you get to meet a lot of cool people.
And I also say that the desert's like a word of the mouth. There's a lot of people that are getting into the dunes with the side by sides. There's a lot of people that aren't really that educated into it, but it's letting them know, hey, this is our area. You want to keep it open. You want to keep growing. You want to bring your family out here.
Yeah, everybody's welcome.
Yeah,
we want more people out here because it's not. Look around. There's not a crowd.
Right. It's Friday. It's Friday at 2:30, and
there's plenty of riding space for everybody out here. Yeah, camping can get a little tight on big holiday weekends, but
even this week, it was New Year's week we're out here. It wasn't that packed all week.
No, not at all. The more people we have recreating, the more money that goes into this business, into this industry, the better.
Absolutely. I'm a supporter of getting everybody out here, getting your friends out here. Do it safely, know what you're doing. Take your time, learn how to drive, learn how to navigate the dunes. Every terrain has its own.
Yeah, the dunes are very, they're very scary for first timers.
Right.
Not even first timers, maybe first seasoners, I guess. As somebody like yourself who is obviously a seasoned veteran out here duning, What would you, like, do you got any tips, tricks, recommendations for those who are new?
I mean, like I said, ride at your comfort level. Don't out-drive what you want to be. You want to be fast. Drive where you know you're going to be okay. Like, as you get more comfortable in the terrain, the speed will come, right? As they say, like, you know, in racing, smooth is fast. Be smooth and your speed will come naturally. It's just one of those, you know, the glare of the sand as we're coming back over this ledge, like, you know, the sun's starting to go down. It leaves all these shadows, so you have to really know what you're looking at, how you're riding the terrain. You know, a lot of that changes, so.
I'm gonna
go broke down?
I'm gonna go back around.
That old rail? Yeah.
He's moving. Get out of his way.
I don't know if anybody on the video caught
Yeah, he gave us a thumbs up. He's all right.
Basically what we did is we just stopped. There's a guy in a rail navigating around out here. We just want to make sure he's driving around. He's out by himself.
Yeah, he kind of seemed out of place.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, like I said, he's driving
that's
a 1970 VW rail. He's having a good time.
Yeah. But, I mean, actually what we just did is something that new people, that's a good tip.
Right.
You know, if you see somebody who looks out of place or maybe in distress, it doesn't take more than, what was that, 12 seconds to turn around and make sure they're good.
And it's one of those things. It's like just, hey, make eye contact, thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't know. You know, same thing. But as we come over to another large group that's got 8, 9 cars, so.
But yeah, I'm a big advocate of keeping our area clean, keeping it open. New people, definitely not against new people. You know, everyone's new. You got to start somewhere.
Right.
I mean, we all started respectful. You know, you know, if the new people can be super respectful, which most of them I feel are. What I personally believe is that some of the old veterans have a old way mentality, right?
Yeah.
So they expect things to be like they were back in 2000. You know, like which it's just clearly not, unfortunately.
No.
So they got to kind of open their mind a little bit at least.
Somebody stuck in the middle.
But we do have another lone. Was that a lone person standing out?
I don't know. Somebody's coming around though too. But yeah, it's just, I mean, kind of, you know, give the people the gift of what you have. Like, hey.
Well, they're good. Yep. Oh, they broke some stuff on the back of that. But they gave us a thumbs up. They got everything under control. Looks like they broke a belt, but that was an old Maverick, which those belts are not easy to change.
No, you gotta pull the whole car. It's worse than a Pro R.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like teaching the new people that haven't ever been here how to actually appreciate and how to come out and enjoy it makes it, you know, makes the whole overall off-road industry grow.
I do agree with you though that the new individuals need to learn how to drive the terrain before they drive it at speed.
Correct.
Taking their time to understand transitions. You know, I'm as somebody who leads a lot of our rides in our crew. We have a lot of great leaders in our group, but you know, there's a handful of us that take the lead over, most of them.
Right.
I call it dune science for myself, but understanding like weather patterns and how the dunes are formed and what you're looking at as to why they are shaped one way or another.
Correct.
A lot of people think I'm retarded when I talk about it, but
you learn to read the ridges, like while you're coming up over a transition. Well, I can see there's another lip, so you know it's not going to be horrible on that side.
There's learning why they're shaped one way or another. Like that helps the flow of the ride.
Yeah.
But every once in a while you get caught off guard for sure, and something's not
what it appears to be.
Not what it looked like. So.
When I was talking to Steven, because we had, one of the guys in our group actually take the lead for our ride, and even he said it, he's usually in the back, but once you get out and actually start leading and looking at it, you've seen it all because you followed, but when you do it, you actually kind of learn how to actually pay attention to it.
Would you agree that somebody who leads would become a better follower?
Yeah, I mean,
do you think there's any rhyme or reason to that, or am I wrong with my mindset that if we have some of the guys who don't lead in our group, do you think they would become better drivers?
I think they would. I mean, it's actually making them pay attention instead of just looking at the car behind them. It kind of forces you to start reading the terrain. I mean, I think I'm a better follower that as somebody that used to lead a group for a long time, I think I'm a better follower because of it. But
yeah, because you're able to alter your route slightly because you're understanding what you're looking at.
Right.
I feel like those who are just following, they don't get the full, not experience, because they're definitely experiencing it all. But they don't get to. Make that decision?
Right. But all they're doing is looking at the car that's right in front of them. They're not actually getting to see the terrain.
I don't know what's going on. We got some new memorial stuff over here. Alright, well, if you got anything else you want to talk about in our off-road adventure?
Like I said, I mean, get out there, go exploring. Don't do it alone, do it safe. Take a friend. Get radios, know what you're doing. Have all the equipment to self-rescue.
Yeah, there you go. Let's talk about that for a short minute. From a group that unfortunately
fixes all
knows our way around a freaking toolbox.
Yeah.
You got any recommendations on tools that that you've carried that you're like, hey, I've never ever used this compared to we use this every time? Do you have a tool list in your mind that you'll never leave home without it?
I mean, obviously, in my car, I have one of the UTV boxer rolls. I put baling wire into my car. I have a small military shovel. I have 3 different types of tow straps. That's always in my car. I don't ever leave without it. If I break a strap, I put a new one in there. I get a new one. Whether it's used for me or another car, those are things that I always have in there.
Yeah, I think minus your traditional wrenches and channel locks and stuff like that, I have some baling wire. I do carry some electrical connectors, just in case.
I was gonna say, I did just add like a huge bag of small fuses after I had that electrical gremlin in my car a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I do. I have a little tic-tac box full of small fuses, some butt connectors, You know, I do have a couple, maybe 2 or 3 feet of wire that's just kind of loose wire that if we have to connect, use to jump something.
Yeah. And we even had that. I mean, Travis's car blew the main fuse in a relay this weekend, like just in the middle of a ride.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely add a couple more things. You know, every trip we kind of learn a new trick.
Yeah.
For ourselves, obviously. But I recommend everybody going through their car at home, grab a toolbox, tool bag, kind of see what wrenches fit what bolts. You really want to focus on suspension. What's it going to take off some suspension in case you break an A-arm?
Yeah.
That will allow you to at least get out of the dunes. Make sure you have a lug key, take your tire off, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, especially because there's a lot of different
we don't need stuff to pull transmissions and stuff. We need the basic amenities to get out of a bad situation. Whether it's on 4 wheels or 3 wheels, I guess we're pretty good at 3 wheels.
Yeah. We've done many 3-wheel rescues.
But I think we're coming up on our final destination. If I'm not mistaken, it's one of these ledges right over here. Whoa, that could have been bad at high speed.
Yeah, we could definitely take a reset.
Yeah, for sure. These dunes haven't been cleaned up in a while. I'm not talking about clean up in trash.
We're talking about some wind and rain.
We need a good Mother Nature reset over here.
Yeah, there hasn't been any.
But I would
none of that rain.
I'd like to say thanks for joining us on season 1, episode 1. This is
yeah, conveniently I broke my car, so
yeah.
But also say just because you break your car doesn't mean your weekend's over. Stay out, be safe, have a good time. Hop in a passenger seat. Don't be, afraid to be a passenger person and go for the ride.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully your friends, have an extra seat. Nobody's exempt from having a good time. Oh, that's a good witch's eye right there.
Caution on the left. It's funny because the rest of the group, usually we're all chatty on the radio, but all of a sudden we do the podcast and nobody wants to say anything else.
Yeah, but I was thinking that a little while ago. I wonder if it's the way we have the setting on the radio all the way up, that it's not going to allow outside interference to come in. I'm not sure, but
I'll say this one.
I think that's our destination right up on top.
Believe it is. We're here.
Well,
yeah.
Thank you, Shannon, for joining us.
Thanks for the ride.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah. David like that. Oh, no, they can't talk.